Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of Blender Essential Tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 17 and now here we'll be learning about the cameras and rendering. Okay, so we'll be learning how you will be able to cameras, how to use the rendering option over here in Blender. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So over here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the workspace of the Blender. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I am going to select this particular cube. Okay, so if you want to see this one as a rendered view, okay, like how it will basically look after you render. So here in this class, what we are trying to do is we are basically trying to see this particular 3D view into a 2D mode. Okay, so if you want to see it using the cameras, this is how it will basically look. Okay, so this one is the camera. So now let's click over here, let's go to render, and if you click on this render image option, you guys will be able to see that. So if I click on this option here, you guys can see now I am able to view my particular cube quite like this. Okay, so now again you guys can just cancel this thing out, and again you will be back over here at this same space. And now over here, if I want to come to the render option again, if this is basically an animation, you guys can select this option of render animation, and here you guys can actually view the animation as well if you just want to view that thing up. But here how you will be able to understand that what kind of file is being rendered. So for that I need to come here onto the camera option from the offset panel, otherwise I can just select it from the 3D view panel itself. And what you're going to do is you are going to click on this particular icon. Okay, so here you guys can see now you are in this render view. Okay, and now if you just go back here, you guys can see, otherwise you guys can click on 0 from your numpad, and here you guys can see now this is how you guys will be able to view it. So if you want to select this one, okay, let's come here and from the screen let's try to select this. Let's come here and I do have selected this particular part out, and now if you want to change it, you guys can basically change it from here itself. Okay, so if you want to click on G, and if you want to move, you guys can basically move using the G right over here. And if you want to move towards different kind of angle, okay, you guys can click on Z, and here you guys can see you guys can basically move up and down, okay, here with the camera. And if you want to apply, just click on left key of your mouse, and now I will just click over here into the camera again. Let's click on G, and now I will move the x-axis. Okay, so over here you guys can see now I can use the x-axis, and if you want to move the y-axis, you guys can click on Y, and here you guys can actually move on to the camera view. Okay, so you guys can just place it right over here. And now what you're going to do is if you want to give this thing up a rotation, you guys can click on R, and this is how you guys will be able to give on a rotation. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to give this thing up a rotation. And now if you want to scale it up, you guys can come here, let's select this camera, click on S, and after that you guys can basically scale it up. Okay, so just click on S, and now let's increase the size from the x-axis. Let's come here, and here you guys can see you guys can basically scale it up as well. Okay, so just come here, let's select this one. Okay, so let's come here, let's select this one, and now if you want to go back, okay, let's come here, let's go back again, you are able to see it quite like this. Okay, so sometimes for you while you're working it might create some kind of problems. So to avoid all of that, what you guys can do is let's come here, and I want to just change the camera view whenever I use this particular cube as well. Okay, whenever I move the cube, my camera will also be moved. So for that I will come here into the options, and from here I will go to the view option, and from view option let's come here and let's go to the view lock, and from here I will lock the camera to view. Okay, so I will just lock this thing up, and now if I just move this one. Let's click on G, and now if I just come here and if I just move this thing up, my camera will also be moved. Okay, so come here, let's click on enter, and if I just move on the camera, let's click on G. Okay, let's come here, let's click on G, and now let's click on Y. Okay, so let's come here, let's click this one, let's click on G, and here you guys can see now I am able to move the camera freely. Okay, so I can come here, and if I just click on enter, here I will be able to apply. So make sure that you just turn off this lock to camera view. So I will just turn it off again, and now if I want to view this one, okay, from here I will be able to view it quite from here as well. So this is basically the render view. So right over here in the exact panel, we also do have the option of clip start and also the clip end option. Okay, I'll be able to start the clip and end. So instead of doing it from the view panel, what I can basically do is come here, select this camera, and from camera, now I will come here and I will now go to this camera data object. Okay, so from here, basically I can basically change the focal length. Okay, so if you want me to zoom in and if you want me to zoom out, okay, I can actually change the focal length from here. Let's just give it 50 itself, how it was before. I'll click on enter, and now over here you guys can actually select the clip start point and the end point as well. So over here, if I just put 0.01, and if I just click on enter, and now over here I can actually select 0.1 over here as well. Okay, so here this is how it will look. And now if I come here and if I just click on 1, let's come here, and if I just click on enter, and basically I will be able to move in and move out, as you guys can see. Okay, so this is the clip start point. Okay, you guys can come here, and this is the clip start point, and this is the clip end point. Okay, so you guys can come here, and from here this is the clip end point. So you guys can basically choose this particular option right from here, and again from the view option also you guys can basically change your thing up. So let's come from here and make sure to keep the smallest distance. Okay, so come here, let's go to 0.01. okay, so I will just give 0.01, and over here I will just give 1. okay, so I will just come right over here. Okay, if you want me to increase this one up a little bit, okay, so I can just create this one. Otherwise, let's say I will just increase it from here. So I can come here, let's go back, let's come here, and from here I will put somewhere over here. So let's go with the 15 seconds mark, and let's come back, and here you guys can basically see the view. Okay, and over here if you want to work on with the focal length, you guys can come here and basically work on with the focal length as well. So let's come here, let's just zoom out. If I zoom out too much, I won't be able to see this particular box over here as well. And now let's come here, let's turn off the camera view. Okay, let's come here, let's select this particular cube, and now over here if I click on duplicate object, and over here what I'll do is I'll just paste this particular object right over this one as well. And now let's go to this viewport shading, and from here I will go to color and I will just select the random option. And now here if I just move this thing around, here you guys will be able to see that there is some problem here with the shading. Okay, so if you want me to zoom in, okay, here you guys can see now you do have some problem right over here. So the same way if you do want to move it, click on G, let's come here, and from here if you just click on G, this is how it actually looks. And now if I just keep it right over here, you guys can see there I do have two objects, that's why it's giving me kind of this particular look. Okay, so there is some black shading that needs to be understood, that over here maybe I do have more than one object at the same place. So for that I can basically move this thing around. So now from here, what I'll do is I will come here, and that's why I need to make sure that I do decrease it right from here. Let's go with 100M, and here you guys can see this have decreased a lot. Okay, so you guys can come here and maybe decrease the number over here. Otherwise, you guys click on G and move this thing around and just delete it. So sometimes what it will happen is, if you are able to see some changes quite like this, make sure to come here in your viewport and check the clip start and the ending point. So let's come here, let's go 100, and now I'll just click on enter right over here. And now let's go back, control minus, and over here now I will just move my x-axis, and here you guys can see this is the camera right over here. And now what I'll do is I will just duplicate this particular camera as well. So I will come here, and now I will just click on G. Okay, so I will come here, and now I will just place it right over here. And if you want to move to the x-axis, you guys can come here and basically move to the x-axis. And now if you want to move it to the y-axis, let's come and place it right over here. And if you want to move this towards the y-axis, click on G, now click on Y, and this is how you guys will be able to view it. Okay, so you guys can just use it right over here. And if you do want to move this thing around, you guys can come here and you guys can basically move this camera around as well. Okay, so now over here you guys can see now I do have these two cameras, but the difference over here is this black bar over here on top is basically filled with a color, but over here this one is not filled with any color. So we need to know that this one is the active camera right over here. Now if you go with rendering, then this is the camera which angle I will be shown in my video or in my animation. So to change that, what you need to do is you need to come here, and from here let's go to the scene properties. Okay, so come here into the scene properties option. So now from here I will come to this particular point and go to this camera option, and I can select which camera do I want over here. Now you guys can see this black option is right over here on top of this particular camera. And let's see if I do want to do it from the screen. If I select this particular camera and if I click on Ctrl and O, here you guys can see now I am able to get a view from this particular angle as well. And if I do want to move, let's click on G, let's click on Y, and now if I do want to move the x-axis, I can come here, let's click on G, and now I will just click on X, let's click on G, and now I will just move on X, and now I will click on G, and now I will again come here and just try to place it over here in the center as well. Okay, so now I'll just place it and again go back right over here. And now if you try to see this particular thing up, let's come here. Okay, and if you want to move this thing, you guys can come here, and if you want to give this thing up a rotation, okay, over in the y-axis, you guys can come here and give this one up a rotation here in the y-axis. And if you want to make this one again the active camera, go to the camera option and now come here and just basically view it right over here. So from here again, what you are able to do is come here, select this particular option, click on G, and now you guys can basically move this thing around. And now let's go back over here, and now you guys can see you guys will be able to change between the cameras using the shortcut key Ctrl+0 as well. But make sure when you are in other objects, okay, don't use the Ctrl+0 from your numpad, because it will give you some different options and you will get confused. You'll get lot confused and it will be hard for you to work after that. So yeah, I hope you guys have understood about the cameras. So now let's try to learn about the rendering option. So now again, what I'll do is I'll come here, and now again I will just turn this into a material option. Let's give this particular thing up a rotation quite like this. And now over here, what I am going to do is I'm going to place it right over here, select this particular cube, and now over here if you go to the view option, and from view if you want to see the viewport render image, This is how you guys will be able to view this particular image from this facing view. So again, close this thing down, then you were able to see it right from here itself. And also now we will talk about rendering. So for that, you guys come here, select this thing, and from here go to this render option. Okay, and here you do have different kind of render engine. Okay, so this one is the EVEE. Okay, so you guys can come here and change the rendering option, and also you guys can basically change the viewpoint. Okay, so you guys can come here, change this thing up, and now if you want to look down, you guys can come here and go to that particular option as well. And from here, if you click on the workbench option, under the workbench option also you do have all of these options which were available. So from here you guys can actually choose random, and now if you want to choose object, you guys can select all of these things right over here. But now once you guys are changing all of these things over here, but you are not able to see those changes in your screen itself, just because we are here in the solidify shading option. So from here I will go to the render option. So let's come here, and from here let's click on object, and here you guys can basically check out the color as well. Okay, so over here you guys can basically see the color once you have changed. Okay, you guys can basically check it out from different angle. You guys can come here, and from here now let's move on to the x-axis. And over here what you are going to do next is, if you want to come here and if you want to save out any output, so come here, just underneath the render option you do have the output option, and from here you guys will be able to select the file where you want to save it. So let's come here, let's go to my desktop option, and from here I will go to my resource file, and over here maybe I will just put up a name. Okay, so I will just name this file as camera, and what I'll do is I'll just click on accept option, and now over here I will be able to choose what kind of image format do I need. Okay, so I will just click here on PNG, and also I will be able to select the color depth over here, and if you want to select the compression and stuff, you guys can come here, and also here you do have the color management option. So I will just skip it like over here, and I can just save it up quite like this here in the output option. And now if I go to the render image option, okay, so over here you guys can basically see this is the render image option right over here. Okay, so you guys can basically check this thing out, and if you want to create a new image, okay, you guys can come here and click on this new image, and if you want to open this image up, you guys can come here, and from here you guys will be able to open up different image as well. So I will just cancel this part as well. So yeah, I hope you guys have understood this class on how you will be able to work on with the cameras, and also how you'll be able to work on with rendering. So yeah, I hope to see you all in any other tutorial. So I will always suggest you that keep on practicing render. So I have just explained you guys all the basic things which you need to know before stepping on to the 3D animation. Okay, so yeah, I hope to see you all in any other tutorial on Blender. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.